welcome back to the channel, folks, for our midweek edition here. So, hey, what's happening, guys? And thanks again for stopping by. If you're new here, and if you're of about the 50 or so percent that are watching the content but aren't subscribed, what you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Make it go from red to gray. Then hit that bell and click on all so you know when the next video pops up. Smash that like button. And before you head out, drop a comment down below. And if you're one of the regulars here, welcome back for another round. I ask that you also hit that like button. And before you leave, drop a comment as well. We're still hovering about 20 or so, just shy of 300. So share the video out on all the socials. Okay. Stick around, folks. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in this video here. And why we're here. As you can tell by the thumbnail, there's no She-Hulk on it. Yeah, I'm done with that. And with the upcoming 3-episode premiere of Andor, figure we'd pivot to that because She-Hulk is pretty much a dead horse at this point. I still watch it because it's a topic on Legion Talk, which check out Friday night's Royal Rumble, 5 p.m. Pacific time, 8 p.m. Eastern time. You'll see me there along with Ryan Legion, R2 the Icky, and a host of other guests talking various pop culture topics. So tune in. Okay, now I came across an article not too long ago from thatparkplace.com. Great source that if you're not checked into that, you need to be. That I wanted to talk about regarding the current state of Marvel. Now, I've seen a few channels and a few podcasts where they have their take on the current state of Marvel, and from their perspective, it's fine and dandy. It's moving along just fine. Well, I want to talk about what this article says, and I can hear the groans already. Oh, here we go. More of Phase 4. More of the MCU. Give it a rest. Marvel's doing just fine. Really? You might want to stick around for this entire video. Then ask yourself that. Then rethink your position there. Okay. Now, before I get started in this article, let me make something very clear. Whether you enjoy Phase 4, either a lot or a little or not at all, to me, it's irrelevant. Does not factor into this equation. Since I started this channel, I've had the premise that Phase 4 and the MCU has been unsuccessful. Your level of enjoyment does not factor in. It is irrelevant. From a business standpoint, this has been a failure. Now, with that being said, if you like it, great. But let's get into this. Now, a source that WDW Pro has confirmed works inside Marvel Studios has given some interesting perspectives. That the current state of Marvel comes down to 2 factors: China and ego. We'll deal with China first. China. Pretty simple. The Chinese government wants the biggest movies in China to be made in China and made by the Chinese. They don't like Marvel taking people's money, so they've been locked out. That's Marvel's done in Beijing. That's pretty easy, cut and dry. That's how it is. So in the meantime, Kevin Feige is scrambling around trying to find a new demographic to fill that void. And he has chosen to go into the DEI, also known as woke demographic. Now, I'll start off with this article, and the source says, quote, "We don't need strong male leads in heroic spots. Not that those are bad, but we already have the market for those. This is implying that they've already got that market cornered, and that market's not going anywhere. Presumptive, bit of ego there. But the source goes on to say, so Marvel began bringing in writers with a certain ideological slant. The source then says they don't mean to be political, they just are political, and they don't know it. They don't leave their little bubbles. The source later rhetorically asks, why do you think She-Hulk is how it is? Well, I'll tell you how. Instead of hiring competent writers, they've enlisted a bunch of scissoring hens, misandric feminists, those who identify as female writers to write this show. They see the world, they're writing as they see the world. They don't leave their little bubble. They're surrounded by people who have the same ideological views, and they think that's the world that you and I live in. There's part of the problem. The source goes on to say, we're trying to grow in every direction all at once and have the belief that the old fans will stick with it through all of this. Taking your customers for granted. That is a huge presumption made by Kevin Feige. Again, ego. And the source goes on to say, but this isn't the case. They know it, and they can't hide it. The flops have been gigantic embarrassments. Let me repeat that. The flops have been gigantic embarrassments. People are not turning in to Disney Plus for the MCU shows as planned. Let me repeat that. People aren't turning to Disney Plus for the MCU shows as planned. Gee, who's been saying that all along? Oh yeah, me, this guy. And I'm gonna finish the article with this statement. There's a bunch more, but please check out the article. There's some information that may be a video for another time. But I'm going to end with this. The Feige strategy is failing. Everyone knows it. Toy experts know it. Our partners know it. Toys and partners. That's merch, people. When merch starts to get affected, the big high-ups, they start to notice. Merch is a larger revenue stream than box office or Disney Plus subscribers. And this phase 4, the MCU, is affecting merch sales. Now, I'm going to leave a link to this article from that parkplace.com back in the description down below, along with 2 other videos that WDW Pro did talking about this article and diminishing toy sales with Valiant Renegade, also down below in the description. Please check it out. Again, this is not my words, guys. This is the words of the people inside Marvel. Don't take my word for it. Check it out for yourself. Do your homework. And final thoughts on this. If you enjoy phase 4, great. We all have guilty pleasures. But stop lying to yourself. Stop lying. This is unsuccessful. These films have been flops. We have yet to see what Wakanda Forever is going to do. I have my own thoughts. We'll come to that when it gets released. The shows are not successful. And Kevin Feige's push for DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, he's going to force Marvel and the MCU to D-I-E. But those are just my thoughts. I'm going to turn it back over to you now. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. And again, check out, I will be here Monday morning for another House of the Dragon. Good stuff on that. And again, Friday night, Legion Talk. Friday night's Royal Rumble, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. I'll leave a link to that channel down below in the description as well. And yeah, guys, thanks for stopping by. And we'll be also here for the premiere of Andor next week as well. Maybe, hoping. But until then, guys, have a great rest of your week. Have a great weekend. Always have fun. Hashtag keep talking. And always keep that smile on your face.